Is the first question you ask when you're looking at a new product, how much does it cost? Because if it is, that's the wrong question to ask, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. What's up, everybody? Eric B. Preston here. If you don't know me, I'm a licensed agent and I own a marketing agency and a marketing coaching company in the real estate space. So if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like real estate content, business content, all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it, but I won't bother you more with that. Let's get into this video. So if the first question you ask when you're looking at a product or service is how much does it cost, you're not thinking about it in the right way. With the exception of if the product or service is solving a problem and not a revenue generating product or service. If you're looking at a revenue generating product or service, which is what ours is, the first question you ask should not be how much does it cost, because how much it costs doesn't matter. If I told you, if I could make you $250,000 next year, would you pay me $24,000? Of course you would. Anyone would. That would be ridiculous not to. So you can look at services that, would cost way less than $24,000 a year, but they are going to make you way less. So it's not about like if you could buy a service for $1,000 that made you $10,000, would you do it? Yes. But if you had an option to buy a service for $4,000 that made you $40,000, would you do that instead? Well, of course you would, because you just made $36,000 instead of $9,000. So the question should not be how much does it cost? And the question should be, what's the return on investment? How many clients do you have? Show me the numbers. Tell me how this is going to make me more money. That should be the question. Now, I'm not saying there's one right question, but look, as someone who owns a business that is a service provider and we sell a revenue generating service, the question should just not be how much does it cost? Because what happens in my mind when I get on the phone with a potential client, the first thing they say is how much does it cost? I already know that person's probably not going to close. And if they do close, which they do sometimes, I've learned over time that they're the first type of person to churn. And that's because I know that their mindset, they're not thinking about things in the right kind of way. So if that's you, I just wanted to make this video, not in a negative way, just to showcase why, if that's your mindset, is being price sensitive and saying the first question is how much does it cost, that's just the wrong question. You should be asking, how much am I going to make in return for the money I invest in this product or service? When you're looking at revenue generating products or services, if you're looking at buying a software to solve some organizational issue in your business, of course it makes sense to look at the cost, because you're paying to solve a problem and costs can add up and they make sense in that way. But when you're talking about sales, it doesn't make sense. Now let me put this in a real estate context. When you go to a potential seller and you do a listing presentation and they say, how much is your commission, right? You should be using this argument by saying, well, look, it's not really about the cost of my commission, and it's the wrong question to ask as a seller. The question to ask as a seller should be like, what's your proven track record of selling homes for more or above market value than specifically other agents? That's a better question, and you know that as a real estate agent, because you're there to talk about your value proposition. And if you're the type of agent that goes over and above for your clients, which is what we do for our clients as well. If you go over and above for your clients and you're like, I'm going to stage your home, I'm going to get a paint job done, we're going to do a pre-inspection. These are all the things that you need to do to get well above list price for your home. And if we can do all that successfully, my average sale price over list in the past year has been X, 5%, 10%, whatever. So at that point, the commission is no longer as relevant, because even if you charge an extra 0.5% and that works out to, whatever it might work out to, an extra 5K, whatever it could be, it all of a sudden doesn't matter because you're getting so much more for their property, right? So I hope that makes sense. I just want to break this down because I get this a lot, especially because I put out a feeler for our new higher, more expensive service. I did get some people, and there's nothing against those people. Their first inclination is how much does it cost? And I really do think that that's comes from someone who has the wrong mindset about it. And I think when you're talking about specifically a revenue generating service, you should be more interested in the return on your money than the initial money up front. Now, I'm very aware that there's people out there, especially in real estate, who are price sensitive, and you do not have the ability to invest that much in a service, right? I get that. And that's not a jab at any of those people. But I think that it's important to think in the right kind of way when you're looking at revenue generating services, products, anything in life and business, anything. It's just a good best practice. And so I hope that's helpful. As always, drop a comment below if you agree with me as a real estate agent. I hope some of you do. I'd love to hear from you. Give this video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. The support means the world. I'm trying to put out a lot of content here, especially real estate content, if you've probably noticed lately. So I will see you guys down in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Keep being awesome.